This deck just got first place out of 87 players at the most recent Standard Challenge event, and today we're going to be converting it into a best of one deck. They're going to be really different. So the first thing you have to understand about best of three versus best of one meta is that best of three, 25% of the meta is the mirrored mid-range, this exact deck basically. So this deck is very well suited to do well against the mirror, the Demir mid-range mirror, but it is not at all like made to play in the best of one meta, which is like 7% mono black mid range, 7% Selesnya Rabbit, 7% Dino Reanimator, 7% like mono green landfall. There's an Azorius control deck, there's an Azorius artifacts deck, but Dimir mid range doesn't even show up in the top 10 most played decks. So we need to make some changes here. If you just net deck this straight from best of three into best of one, you're missing out on a lot because there are a couple cards here that just are not tailored to best of one. So the first card I'm going to cut is actually Cut Down. The only deck that's really running that many small creatures is going to be Rabbits for the most part. And Rabbits, to an extent, actually hard counter mono black removal spells, right? Because A, they go wide, so 1-for-1 removal isn't as effective as you'd hope. And B, they even have payoffs for targeted removal, like the Paw Patch Recruit, which puts a counter on another creature. So targeted removal is never that good against Rabbits, and Rabbits is the most played deck, or the second most played deck right now, and one of the only decks that really pays you off for trying to kill small creatures. So we're going to get rid of the Cut Down, and instead we're going to put in a lot of Cecil here. Generally, one of the best things you can do in this deck with the Enduring Curiosity, or even Gix Yawgmoth Praetor, which I might put in here, is that you want creatures that can attack and draw you cards, but if your deck only has creatures, you don't have enough space for removal. So ideally, the creatures also double as removal spells. In this case, Cecil has Death Touch. You can play him as a 1-mana 2/3, block and trade off of something. You can double that up as a removal spell. Similarly, the Deep Cavern Bat is a creature that can attack, but also is kind of a duress effect, right? It's a removal spell, it's an interactive spell, take something out of your opponent's hand. And the Drowner as well, it's a creature, it can attack. It immediately taps something down, which is pseudo removal, and then you can even shuffle it away for true removal. So these cards are going to be really good in this kind of shell because they can get all the Enduring Curiosity draws, but also could be played defensively as well. I do want a fourth copy of a 1-drop in here, especially in best of one. I'm going to go ahead and skip the fourth copy of the Legendary Cecil and just put in a Spectral Sailor. It's a flash card. I just am not sure I want the fourth legendary copy of Cecil, even though it is a very good card. So we're going to throw that in there as well. The next card that you really want to cut in best of one is going to be the Fairy Mastermind. Again, remember, this deck is currently tailored to do well in best of three versus the Demir mid-range mirror. And you know what your opponents are doing? They are drawing cards. They are drawing cards with Enduring Curiosity. They're even drawing cards off the Kaito, right? Whereas in best of one, almost nobody is drawing cards. Mono Black Annex is the only card draw. Rabbits, they just scry. The Azoria Artifacts deck just scries Azoria's Control, stock-ups that adds cards to hand, it doesn't draw. So pretty much nobody is drawing cards. The green landfall deck is playing cards off the top of the library with the Chocobo. So almost nobody is drawing cards. This is really here for the mirror, and we really don't need it in best of one. So it is a flash creature that pairs well with Enduring Curiosities type stuff, but otherwise we're not getting a whole lot of upside off the the double draw effect, and it's at the end of the day, it's a 2-mana 2/1, which is a little bit underrated. It doesn't have anything else going for us. The card I want to put in instead is going to be Phantom Interference. So far, I keep saying that best of one is kind of like a combo-y landscape, and I think having some cheap counter spells to just get under the Synthesizer, get under the Dino, Reanimator turn, get under the Annex, I think is going to be good. Plus, again, it does double as a creature in that you can actually pay 4 instead of 2, or in addition to, the 2 mana for the counter, to create a 2/2 flyer, which facilitates all our stuff. I do want one more removal spell in here. I don't hate Edict. It does feel to me that I need a little bit more targeted removal. You could keep this in here. I'm not super worried about Planeswalkers specifically because we have so many, flying threats. So I'm just going to cut the Edict, and I'm going to put in 2 more Growth of Throats. We'll see how that does, but I think there are going to be some specific creatures that we want to get rid of. We can also trim a land here. Best of 3, we're currently running 25, but especially with the hand smoothing algorithm, I think we can drop this down to 24 and be totally happy with that. Then in the 3-drop slot, I've never been a huge fan of the Fey Bloom trick. I know it can be good, but honestly, this is more of a personal preference. I'm going to go ahead and cut the trick, and I'm going to put in some copies of Gix, the Yawgmoth Praetor, and some copies of Preacher of the Schism. All these cards are very good. You could interchange them out a little bit, but Kaito, we're just going to run 2 Kaitos, 2 Gixes for some draws, 2 Preachers, which again is a Death Touch creature, so you could double it as a removal spell to block with Death Touch. Obviously, it can also attack really well with Curiosity. Tishana's Tidebender, I think, could be kind of at its best here. I've seen a decent amount of the Azorius Artifacts deck, and this is a counter to that, right? You flash it in, and then counter the triggered ability, and then it's just shut down. So I kind of like that. I've never played a lot of Tidebender in best of one, but I think it's going to be at its best right now, and Flash plays really well with deck, and then we'll run 4 Curiosities on top. Last change I'll make is I'm just going to cut 1 Restless Reef and go up 1 more in the Sanctuary. I think the mana will hopefully be fine. We do have some hard spells to cast, you know, like the Gix and the Enduring Curiosity, but I think it'll be fine here. And I just want to make sure we curve out 1, 2, 3 in best of 1 standard. So yeah, that's what we're going to run here. We're going to see how this does. If you just net deck it straight from best of 3 into best of 1 without, I think at least at a bare minimum, I don't think you want the Fairy Mastermind. And I like my other changes, but we'll see how this goes. Rank standard, I think we are currently top 100 or like rank 102 Mythic, something like that. Apartment hunt is ongoing still. Every day, there's no update. Every day I got a text message. Hey, things are going great. We're making progress. I'm putting pressure. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Every day, nothing happens. We're on the play. We got a 1-drop. We got a 2-drop. It's fine. Okay. Open on blue. Here comes a Siren. Jack the Mighty. Low Jack. 420. Abzan, question mark. Okay. Well, let's take a look. Abzan. Oh my gosh. 3-drop, potential 2-drop. We don't care about the graveyard units in there as well. I guess you just take their 2-drop here, and then we can bat the 3-drop next turn. We'll go probably bat this next turn plus map token. Okay, 2-drop do nothing. I guess, I probably could have mapped up in there first in case you get one more fast land. Okay, let's go ahead and take their 3-drop. Let's put this on the Siren. Go for the throat. Man, I don't think we really need that per se. Eventually they'll get to unit, right? But I almost feel like they'll be dead by then. I think I almost just want the next land for the Curiosity. Or a counterspell would be nice. Third land, let's see if they top deck a playable. It's just a Lantern. It's okay with me. Cycle it, try to get to their turn 4 play. They cycle it right now in case they hit what? Hit anything. Alright, so there's the next land. I think we just flash in the Curiosity right now. Yeah, I mean, it's not like we can counter, you know, a sweeper or something. So we'll just take our draw 3 here. Okay, sure. No counterspell. That's kind of the thing we most want at this point. So if they unit, there's no one in the graveyard yet. Okay, to get back the Fenrir to hand. Yeah, we really just want the counter spell. I think we want to hold open Tidebender just in case it's relevant. I guess we could get a Cecil down here and like a fast land maybe. Okay, let's give this a go. That's a 5. Again, a counterspell is the best thing we could hit here. There it is. Great. Okay, so we want 2 mana for the interference. And yeah, we could even hold open 3 mana for the... I think we're good on mana here. Let's add a fast lane, maybe. 2 mana for the interference, 3 mana for the Tidebender. Should about cover us. Try to tap out for Yuna or a sweeper. Should be just fine. Bitter Triumph. Okay, we let that go. Could have him pay 2, but it's not necessary. And we can flash in all sorts of creatures to put on pressure here. Yeah, maybe we can, what, counter that and 3, 4, 5. Sure. Counter at 8% lethal. Okay, swing for 5. Also power up the Sanctuary. Cool. $93 Mythic. Yeah, I like having the counter spells in there. I guess, I don't know if I call that an over-the-top deck or not. Like, the game could have gone differently. They could have had enough ramp to easily pay for the extra 2 on the Phantom Interference. That would have made her life a little bit more difficult. By the way, it panned out. It was a nice, clean way to close out the game without, you know, worrying about anything. The Kill a Camel. Alright, let's do it. We're on the draw. It's fine. A lot of land, but, yeah, it's fine, I guess. None of our big draw engines. Huh. Okay. Guess Cecil's coming down here. Spyglass is fine, but we don't need any more land. Okay, I mean, we don't have any good cards in hand anyway. So... maybe they take the Drowning here? I don't know. The counter spell. Probably want to hold that, I guess. Yeah, if they have like a turn 3 Liliana, I think that's actually worth trying to counter. Or a turn 3 Annex. We're not really sure how mid-rangey or pixie they are. Oh my gosh, what the heck is this? I can't read it because of my stupid Mac. Exile up to 1 target creature. Okay. Target creature you control gets +2 in flying. Return the exile card to the battlefield under its owner's control. This almost isn't worth countering. They're going to exile the Cecil. I just don't know that I care that much. +2. Okay. Can we get it back in a couple turns? Maybe they bounce this repeatedly. Maybe they're like, maybe they like Pixie pick it up and exile something else. So maybe that makes it worth countering. It's almost not worth it. Like, it's a little bit of tempo, but we get the card back at the end of the third thing, right? Like, they get a little bit of extra lifelink off the bat. Yeah, I don't know about that. Opponent, not sure if they should attack, but they're probably not going to block. Alright, that's a really great draw here. So we can go ahead and... this. We draw into that next turn. I mean, next turn we're gonna Curiosity Flash in. It's honestly not bad, I would say. I think I'm fine keeping that. Okay. Down to 14. Fun stuff. Bat drops us to 13, and then the next attack off Cecil would flip it. Okay, sack a creature. I think the Siren can go here. Goodbye. Alright, yeah, maybe they were going to plan to pick up the flight thing, whatever that weird 3-drop was. Okay. So we go back to hand. Which maybe isn't that bad. Oh, it comes with tapped anyway. That's fine. Okay, I guess it's just Cecil here, and then flash in the cat. Swing for 3. Go to blocks. No blocks. We get the draw and we get the flip. Alright. Down to 10 with a 5/5 Cecil Redeem Palette. Essentially, it doesn't actually leave the battlefield. It just transforms, right? But the Sailor can go. I guess we could sack the Curiosity, but it attacks pretty well. Nah, I get the Sailor. Like, we didn't lose the counter, which I didn't really expect. Here, and pick up Breaker. Can play it next turn. If we don't just bat it away, which we do. We're getting pretty low on life here. I think with tapping down the Kieran, that we don't really have to. Just to get the extra draw off, it's actually okay. Alright, let's get back 5 life, which is a really large chunk of life for us. Draw 2. Fast land. It's another Cecil. Okay, sure. Play all this out. I don't know how the triggers are going to order. Like, we don't want to flip the next Cecil. Do we have to? They scoop on that. They're done. I guess we'll get the lifelink first. So we go up to like 17-ish and then lose the next life. So I think we would not flip the next one, which is ideal from our perspective. But yeah, it doesn't actually exile and return to the battlefield. We have to read what that card says. It just, quote-unquote, transforms, I guess. Which is interesting. Okay, going 2-0 so far. Let's see what's going on in the comments section today. No need for Tyvar. Roots can do very well without. I feel like Tyvar is key. The haste on every root to immediately be able to make mana is extremely valuable. We're on the play, we'll keep this. Cecil on 1, Bat on 2. Plenty of lands. Okay. I feel like we played this guy yesterday, maybe. That's not so bad. To the face. So rabbits. How are we gonna do against rabbits here? What's their 2-drop? Oh, it's not. It's mono green. Origins or one of their creatures. I think if the Origins is a little slow, we like that better. Each forest. It's gonna be a big chunk arena at some point. We'll take one of their creatures. Try to reduce the number of blockers they have for what we want to achieve. No blocks on my side. Good Kaito here. Which I think makes sense, right? I mean, it's a little bit... I mean, if we Kaito here and return the Cecil, then we draw, it's down to 2 loyalty, and then it just dies, which we don't really want that much. Oh no, the 0 ability. Surveil. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Adrena's not bad either, though. Yeah, we'll just get the Planeswalker down. I guess it's fine. Okay. Let's go ahead and surveil. A tap land on top. Activated or triggered ability. Feels like not that important, maybe? I think we'll just try to hit land. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay, I guess. Another Origins, alright. Okay. Sure. You won't be so lucky next time. Fast land. We really want one more land here if we can get it. I don't think they're gonna block. Doesn't matter if they do. If we can get one more untapped land here, then we can both go for the throat, one of them, and then flip it straight to the other. I'm thinking about the block though. Alright, they eat it. Sure. At a 14. I think I want that draw again. No untapped land. We have a lot of playables. Like, we honestly just want that next land if we can get it. We have plenty of stuff to do. Okay, we do get there. So we can kill the Paw Patch, I guess. To put a counter on the elf, and then we can tap down the elf on, like, upkeep or something. It's fine. Is that a fight spell? Fight spell? 2 damage target creature. Okay. Interesting. Just hold the counter here, maybe. I think we'll continue to draw. That's a 9. Surveil 2, draw. Now we have plenty of land. Siren's a little bit not that impactful at this point, right?
Now I know your weakness.
Okay. Cecil can probably come down. And we'll play out all this, hold a counter, and a sailor and an interference. Okay, put it down to 9. Land, maybe double 2 drops. So only get 1 counter off here. Now we go for that. Okay, let's just counter it. Counter target spell. Flash in the sailor. Alright. Interesting. 78 Mythic. Clawing our way up. 1 at a time. Meta feels very undefined. These are a bunch of random people, right? Like, there's, it wasn't even rabbits. Yeah, it was mono green. Mono green, but it didn't even appear to be like the landfall combo deck. Very bizarre. Very bizarre. Connor plays TCG. What are you replacing Tyvar with on rotation? I don't know. I honestly haven't really been thinking about rotation at all. Apparently it's happening at the end of this month, like July 30th or August 1st. Blech, 1st. On the play, it's a lot of... Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We got the pain lamp. It's okay. I guess you can let me know if you want to see, like, rotation-proof content. Or if, I don't know. You want just regular videos? What do we got? Oh my gosh, what is all this stuff? Artifact or enchantment? They have a forest here? Blood Witch. Well, this is one of the cards that would kill us, I guess. Maybe the Death Toucher is the thing to take here. The 1/2 flyer actually does prevent quite a lot, right? Maybe that's the one to go. Okay. And they can cast it too. They don't have black yet. Yeah, I think we just take the flyer. Swing for 2. Alright, let's see if they had a black land. Starting town, that'll do it. Okay. Oh, they take the Portico though? They don't want the black mana opened up? Sure. I guess we'll go Siren map token. I think next land. I want to leave blue open, so I'm just gonna go ahead and play this one out now. Bat versus Knight. I think it just goes on the bat. I think they can chump block the Knight here. Drowner. Do we want that as the next card? To shut down what kind of blocker? Like, if they want to block the Cecil, we don't really care because we have the next one lined up, so I don't know that we need this one. I think we're looking for some of our bigger, more impactful spells here. Swing for 4. They do take the chump block. We're kind of offsetting the Cecil with the lifelink bat, but it's okay. I kind of wanted the bat big enough to get through any subsequent flyers they might play. And they put the much board to go. It's kind of weird they didn't take the black source, right? Maybe they now have the Reanimator spell in hand. I guess that would make sense. I think that would make the most sense here. So, like... Oh, we might just be able to take it here, which is great. I guess we're going to bat and map token. Maybe a Siren gets it. I'm not worried about Cecil right now. Cool. I'm going to want that next turn, I think. Okay. Here comes the bat. Let's see if they have Wraith Pass. That's what I'm anticipating. Yep, there it is. That one's got to go. That's the big Wombo combo. And they're about off it, I guess. They know we have the counterspell on top. They don't have removal spell for the bat anyway. Okay, a ground blocker for Cecil, which we don't care about with our commando flash in right now. I guess underneath the counterspell. Alright, we are getting in there. Here comes the troops, most of which are in the air. Trade there is fine because we got backup interference anyway. Okay, Cecil returns. And we got 3 mana for the interference in case they top deck the next Raise the Past. Surveil. Okay, but we can counter the next one. Looks like we do not have quite lethal though, right? That's it? Okay. I think we're continuing to attack all, I guess. I mean, they'll get a little bit of life gain, but I think we roughly want to keep doing this. Okay. I think we have to hold Phantom Interference just in case they top deck the Raise the Pass. Very close to finding lethal anyway. Just hold the counterspell, chill. Hopefully they can't gain enough life to get out of the 6 flying we have presented here. They are looking at that graveyard, though. So they could have the 3 mana, like little, whatever that is. Dewdrop Cure? Return up to 2 creature cards, mana value 2 or less from graveyard to the battlefield. If they give us promise, return up to 3 target creature cards. Okay, I mean, this is big. We cannot counter this because they can pay the 2 mana. So the question is, can they get enough life off of this to survive 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage? I think the Web Strike Elite also has a reach. Yeah, it does. That's interesting. Alright, let's see. Land. So currently, if we counter this, they block this guy and we get in for 2, 3, 4. We're short a damage. If this enters, dies. Enters. This brings him up to 6. If we just play the creature instead, they go block, take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think it's lethal if we just let this go. Control dies. Okay. I think you let this go. Hopefully they don't hit a green source to play one more creature. Great. Block here, take 4, 5, 6 exactly. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's it. Okay. Kind of a close one, honestly. If we were one more point short, who's to say they wouldn't find a way to get there? Yeah, pretty weird chill day in the arena, I would say so far. So yeah, I haven't really thought much about rotation. Let me know if you want to see rotation-proof quote-unquote decks. I've seen that done in the past by other YouTubers, and yeah, it seems to be interesting, I guess. Good content, real stuff. Thank you, Gilmore Black Strat. Nuka-Cola is a popular drink in the Fallout games. Yeah, I got this comment from several people. I've never actually played Fallout. I thought it was a Nicol Bolas type reference or something, or like play on words. Jonas314 says, VV Orniteer is still busted. Letting anyone on tap with it is just a good game. I guess they got lucky with Agate Soul Cauldron, but nevertheless, the card still packs a ton of punch. They did quote-unquote get lucky, but I also, like, I didn't know the bit that I should have, I guess this is fine. I should have held up a mana. Yeah, I guess this is fine. There's not any interaction yet. Except for the round. Aha, it's a goblet. Nope, it's true mono red. Okay. We'll see how we do here. We shall see. We're on the draw versus red. We don't have any Sheldred in our deck, because mono red isn't like heavily played. We also have Gix's Yawgmoth Praetor, which is like not a very good card against red either. Except they just level this up. What are we doing here? Okay, take one. Is that it? Who's coming after combat? The Manifold Mouse. Alright. Creature's nice. I guess we will tap down, we're not blocking with this guy, are we? I don't think so. Guess we'll tap down the mouse here. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I guess we'll tap down whatever they target before they declare attackers. Red mice doing red mice things. Two attackers. Yeah, let's not take 4 off the challenger. We could try to trade with the mouse here. I think that's a decent plan. I guess we'll see if they have a pump spell. It's a little bit weird of attack, right? Do you think they have the pump spell? I guess I'd rather see it come out if they have it. So the +2/+2, I guess, is the bit now. Yeah, Dreadmaul's Ire, yeah. Okay, one pump's still gone, though. Next land is fine with me. Creature comes down. I still don't think we're really blocking with the Sailor. We'll get in there. But they get to keep pseudo-drawing off the Challenger here, which I think is what they're going to do. Fourth land. They play it before combat, though, which is a little bit interesting. They also go for the double strike there. Feels like they have another pump spell, right? I guess that is what that is, right? Another pump spell. Not really interested in trading there. We go no blocks. We attack with creature. We get a 1/1 out of the deal. Block on the way back. Barbed Batter Fist. Okay. They have a 3/1. They can move +1, -1. They could move it to target the challenger, I guess. Now what? Manual taps here to move it? To who? Who are we moving it to? Challenger? Okay. They already played land for turn, though, right? Very suspicious stuff going on over there. Okay, I mean, I think it's Flash Cat, because the Preacher attack also gives us a blocker, which is quite relevant, I think. Alright, I mean, we've moved as far in the direction as we could if we want to go. We got the Curiosity down, we got a Preacher, we have an extra blocker, we're not drawing extra cards. If we're going to escape this game, we have the tools to move that direction. And then it's kind of a question of if they can go like Double Strike, Trample, Swing for Lethal off another Dreadmaul's Ire or something. Could very easily chump block the Challenger with the 1/1 though. And without Monstrous Rage Trample or Dreadmaul's Ire Trample, it doesn't slap the same. Curiosity, they read the 2/2. Sack you, exile you, okay, that is a way to do it. We do have the next one in hand, but that does do the thing. Now he's got a 4/2 prowess. No trample. Let's see what they put on it. They could choose to put trample over double strike here. They go with double strike though, so let's just hope they don't have trample in hand. If they do, it looks like they have Bout Goddess here, right? Yeah, it's definitely lethal if they have the next Dreadmaul's Ire. Doesn't look like it, though. Okay, game goes on. The tap is only so good. They're getting value every turn. They can get value off the Rockface Village regardless. I think I almost want to bat the last card away. How good is really Kaito, though? If we could tap down a challenger. Also, just Curiosity and block on the way back, which isn't that bad either. I'd rather do that. We get one block here. We take 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think the card in hand matters that much, because they're about to draw 2 cards off of both the challengers anyway. Okay, draw 2. Kicks, not the perfect matchup for you. We have nothing to play. We got 2 blockers now. It's not that bad. They get 2 draws per turn. They get a mouse targeted exile and a Rockface Village targeted exile. So they are basically drawing as many cards as we are per turn. Next land before the target, which is interesting. You can also target off the re-equip, I guess. Alright, simple 1 mana target, pretty cheap. Get another creature. Manual tap. So they have no, just keeping mana open for potential instant. Last card in hand is apparently playable, and they're deciding if they should play it now or wait for the challenger trigger. Lightning Strike. Alright, prowess everywhere. We'll keep our 1/1 blocker. We're almost dead here, though. I'm going to hit the attack call button. Let's see if they think to put trample instead of double strike, which I think is the better option here. Land on top. I think they have lethal. I think they have lethal because we have to block the double strike, but then we don't get the lifelink. So I think that is game then, right? Take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're exactly at 8. So that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, not terrible. Just didn't really work out that well. It's okay. We'll run back a couple more. That's weird. Yeah, they're able to out-grind us a little bit. Just off the double challenger cheap target mouse package. Yoke the Seasoned. On the play, sure. Yeah. We don't have double black for Gix yet, but we got stuff to do. Cook 1204 says, love seeing Golgari back in action. I'm curious to see if there's a viable competitive build with Genova from Final Fantasy. Is that the blue? The blue wizard chick? The 3 mana 2/2 blue chick? Looks like a fun one to build around. I don't know who Genova is. I guess I could look that up for you. MTG Genova. Oh my gosh. Oh, I've seen someone play this card. 4 mana, 1/5. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a number of +1 counters equal to Genova's power onto one other target creature. I'll put the cut down here. That creature becomes a mutant in addition to its other types. Whenever a mutant you control dies during your turn, draw cards equal to its power. That is so much. So much. Alright. I think we get Cecil down. Because if things work out and we had a black source for Gix, then we'll be happy we have an attacker. Also, they go bat. We still have backup go for throat anyway. She's a very cool looking card. I really like the Final Fantasy art and cards. Okay, opponent does nothing. We actually hit the Gix here. I'm not sure we want to play it though because it almost certainly dies here, right? What if they just net deck the same deck? Damn, I'm honestly not sure. I think they have nothing there. Damn. Which means if they have anything, it'd be a counter. So I'm actually not going to play the Gix here, which I know is silly. Maybe we'll go for throw one of their creatures and try Gix next turn. But there's no stick at all. So if there's going to be stick, it's for a counter spell. Or they go like 3-drop here. Ugh, annoying. Okay. Well, I mean, at this point, pretty sure they have a counter, though. Very awkward. I mean, let's see if we can get something out of their hand here. Nope. If they have nothing, we can level up the Sanctuary here, right? I think that's correct. It's just 4 mana to level up, which isn't so bad. Yeah, I think we'll keep the Sanctuary. 2 mana still open. There is stick now, so now they do have removal, actually. Interesting, okay. Well, we only have enough black to do one of these guys, so we'll get the Gix down finally, I guess. It's now looking more like Dimir control and not Dimir mid-range, so maybe we missed a little bit there. Okay, we could flash this in. I don't know what activator triggered abilities we would nab, but it could be done. That actually we could nab. I don't know if it's worth it though. I mean, that is interesting. But if they play anything else here of interest, activated or triggered ability, nope. Alright, there goes Groove Throat. So you can use Tide Matter to shut off the Fabled Passage, which is funny, but nothing, no stick at all, so they have nothing here. Okay, swing for 5. Down to 12, we were close to flipping the Cecil. If they sweep, we can level the Sanctuary after combat, which is an awful... They touch the graveyard, so they have the next deadly cover up here. Okay. Yep. Let's see what they exile. The Tidebender, okay. Alright, try the 3/3 again. Another land, sure. Down to 8. I don't know if we're gonna get there. We're trying though. Oh my gosh, they might have some Jace Mill, I guess. I mean, I think we're continuing to put on pressure. I don't think we really have a choice. Counter finally comes out. Yeah, I feel like we're not going to win this one. Unless we go Flash Cat off the top. That could be very good for us. Can you even do this? Ninjutsu, any unblocked attacker. Okay, great. I guess instead of doing this, we could just hard cast Kaito, right? That's the same thing. We keep the Sanctuary on the battlefield, though. We could, yeah, yeah, I think it's better this just this way.
Out of the shadows and
Surveil
into
2,
the
draw a
fray.
card. The counter spell
Information
feels a little
is
bit...
its own
I guess we'll draw it right here. We can't cast it. And it's probably outclassed at this point in the game anyway, right? I think both these guys go. Sure. Okay. Pretty nice evasive threat, though. Let's see if they can find a answer to the Kaito. Liliana, sack a creature. Negate?
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit when we win.
Sure.
Sacrifices must be made.
I mean, I think we just go face here. We don't quite have lethal, but we are close.
I've got
Sure,
you
I'll
beat
take that.
6 different ways.
Okay, we're pretty close to getting there. They would need an edict, but they didn't play it before we hit for damage, so... Another counter, okay, you got it. Okay. I mean, we can kill a blocker, and or tap down a blocker. They're digging for an answer here. 3 mana, they need an edict. And even then we flash in the Drowner? An edict plus a removal spell, they don't know we have the Drowner yet. They find the edict, actually. Planeswalker goes down. We have lethal, though. They need one more removal spell in hand. Plus, if they plus now, they have nothing, and then we just auto-win, right? Okay, resolve. We both lose our last card, but we got one more left, and it is exactly lethal. Whew. Wow. That was a close one. I don't know if we misplayed there with the Gix early on. It felt like, yeah, I don't know, maybe I was over-indexing on the potential counter. I really wanted Gix to stick around because we didn't have a whole lot of other action. But maybe they had nothing. Because that one turn we attacked, there was 0 stick at all for any of the creature stuff. So they definitely didn't have a removal spell. And the question is, with 2 mana open, do they have the 2 mana counter? And I didn't want to throw away Gix into that because it's so powerful if you get a turn off with it. But then we ended up maybe potentially missing a couple draws off that. So it could have been a mistake, but it's hard to... It's obviously much easier in retrospect to think about that kind of stuff versus in the moment. So, okay. Yeah, I think we'll wrap up the video here. Super happy with how the deck did today. I like all the changes I made. For example, like I said, I don't think you need cut down as much in Best of 1, right now at least. We'll see if the meta changes. That deck was very much suited for the mirror. I definitely don't think you need Fairy Mastermind. I can't think... yeah, actually, that last opponent did draw quite a few cards with the counterspell, but I don't anticipate seeing that all the time. And then we didn't really see many Planeswalkers except for Liliana. I think you could put an Edict instead of Go for the Throat, and that is fine. I think having Fander Interference as a card to draw into to close out the game is pretty good. And we didn't get to see Tidebender do anything, but Kaito and Preacher and Gix I all thought were solid cards to put in there. So, yeah, Cecil put in a lot of work as a 1-mana 2 power drop as well. Okay. Yeah, we'll cut it here. If you enjoyed today's video, you can like and subscribe and leave a comment. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.